Hey, what's up, everybody? So, before we get into this, if you couldn't tell by the title, this is something new I'm going to start doing on the channel. I think we're going to try and do this weekly on Tuesdays. This seems like a good enough day for me. It's the end of my work week at my day job, and it just makes sense in my head for reasons that I'm not real sure about. Either way, I want to start branching out. I want to start covering more gaming stories and news and that sort of stuff. And that's what this is going to be. And that being said, I can't say that I'll be super good at keeping up with it, especially since I'm starting it a week before E3. But at least for a couple weeks, we will try to make new content out of this idea. And there will still be trailer reveals and stuff like that, just like the Death Stranding trailer. That will all be going up just like normal. This is just something new that I'm gonna try out. The first thing I wanted to talk about is this gorgeous Xbox One S that was announced recently. This is actually available on the 7th of this month. The reason I want to talk about it, one, it's fucking gorgeous. I love the color. I love the color purple. If you couldn't tell, it's all over my fucking channel, along with green. And I wish I could justify buying one of these. The thing about this is, and this is one of those weird little things, and a friend and I were discussing this recently, is it's strange to us that this is not a all digital edition, because it comes with a download of Fortnite, not a disc, but it comes with the full version of Fortnite. It's also $299, which I believe the regular Xbox One S is $250. So like you have a little bit higher price tag with that. You also get Xbox Live Gold for a month and 2,000 V-Bucks and a download for this skin for Fortnite and everything. But like, it's just a little weird to me that this isn't an Xbox One all digital edition or Xbox SAD edition. And also the fact that they don't have another variant of this as far as like an Xbox One X goes, because like that makes sense. Like the fact that this isn't an X, I can understand why that is, because no child is going to have enough money for an X. No parent that has a kid saying they want an Xbox so they can play Fortnite is going to be willing to spend $500 so that their kid can do that. So they're really gaming that marketplace with this. You know, it's relatively affordable. It's a little too steep for just Fortnite, in my opinion. I have nothing wrong with Fortnite, but it's not something I would go out of my way to buy merchandise for. That's just my opinion of it. But it is interesting that they didn't use this as a push for the Xbox One S all digital edition. I understand why it's an S. I understand why it's Fortnite. And, like, you know, the correlation between those two things makes sense to me. But the fact that it's not an Xbox One S all digital edition tells me that maybe Microsoft realizes that that was just a way that they were cutting a corner that they knew wasn't going to sell all that well. Just an idea. Continuing the trend of physical goods, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Death Stranding Collector's Edition. If you follow my Instagram, you will see that I posted a picture. I did, in fact, get a pre-order for this. Now, when I got it, it was super like quick to sell out, and I felt extremely lucky to have gotten it. And shortly after, when I went to post that picture, I Googled it, and it was going for upwards of $1,000 on eBay and different seller websites across the internet. And just all the stuff was just ridiculously gouged. Now it seems like there are some left in stock, or there's a second run of stock going up, and the prices have seemed to normalize. This is only about $100 markup, which isn't terribly bad if you really want the item. But I would definitely recommend, if you're planning on getting this, check around, see if anybody has it available before you go the eBay route, because they're definitely still marking this up by a decent bit, and you don't want to pay more than you need to for this sort of thing. In that same vein, if you haven't seen it, this is actually the official, like, this is the baby in the pod that the collector's edition comes with. I wanted to show this off because sometimes you don't really know what you're getting. Like, I didn't wind up buying it because of that reason, but the collector's edition for Devil May Cry 5 came with a neon bus, and that bus was super tiny. Like, in all the promotional details, it looked like it was huge. Like, it looked like it was a big statue, similar to the Gears of War 4 collector's edition. And I didn't buy it because I didn't think I had anywhere to put it. And then it was actually super tiny. It was like a little diecast car. And it's like, okay, but this is a good representation of how big the actual baby in the pod thing is going to be in the collector's edition if you do happen to get your hands on one. Okay, so this is only my first video doing this kind of thing, so it's a little bit shorter, but we have reached the last topic. Now, if you don't want spoilers for anything that's going to be coming out of E3 in the next few days, you definitely don't want to watch the next bit, because there are some things that are going to be speculation, but some of it is seemingly confirmed. So we'll talk about that. First things up, Watch Dogs. Apparently this is Watch Dogs 3, but they're not calling it Watch Dogs 3. They're calling it Watch Dogs Legion. And supposedly it's going to let you play as any NPC. Now, this is mildly concerning to me. As it says here, play as anyone. Every individual you meet in the open world has a full set of animations, voiceover, character traits, and visuals that are generated and guided by gameplay systems. Now, that all sounds well and good, but if this is some sort of new technology, which it says right here, this system is so ambitious that it's been causing the developers a lot of headaches. That could be a red flag. And I'm a little concerned because I love my Watch Dogs. I love that IP. I love that series. I love that franchise. Don't fuck it up, Ubisoft. Don't do it. I will never forgive you for that. And it sounds like they're trying to push it, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But do it right. That's all I ask. Okay, so continuing our trend of spoilery-esque content. There really isn't much here. It's more, again, speculation and stuff like that. But this game was announced years ago, and we haven't seen anything on it, and Square Enix has confirmed they are going to be showing more of it this year at E3. That being said, they are quoted, I don't know if this article will have it, but they're quoted in saying that this game has continuous multiplayer and 4-player co-op. Now, 4-player co-op is an obvious thing. You don't want to play an Avengers game and not be able to assemble your goddamn team. That makes perfect fucking sense, let's be honest. But the continuous multiplayer thing, a lot of people are saying that could mean that this is a games as a service game, and continuous campaign, as they have been quoted to say, could mean that it's similar to Destiny or The Division or, God forbid, Anthem, in the sense that you will be playing the same missions repeatedly, and the actual progression of the game never really ends. And it could be a games as a live service sort of thing that generally would probably upset so many fucking people. And I don't want it to be that. I'm gonna play it one way or the other because it's Avengers. I gotta get my Marvel fix, but I really hope that that's not the case. There's also the idea that it could mean that the co-op and the campaign are seamless in the sense that you can drop in, drop out Borderlands style as well. That is a thing that I've heard that could mean, but we really don't know what they mean by continuous campaign at this point. We're gonna find out here in like less than a week I think it's actually just a couple more days. I don't know when Square Enix's press event is, but we will know before too much longer. So here's hoping it's not another Anthem situation. Okay, so that's really all I really wanted to talk about today. These are just stories that I was reading up today. You know, in my free time at work, I was just picking and choosing stuff that I wanted to talk about, and these were the things that really stood out to me. I'm gonna try to keep doing more of this. We'll obviously be busy doing this sort of stuff this time of year, if we can keep up with it. But I can't say that during a downtime I'm gonna have the free time to do it, because at this point, if I can play something, if I can stream something, I would much rather do that than to make a video talking about nothing. That's just my opinion of it. We'll see how things go. If you made it to this point in the video, I want to thank you for watching the whole thing. I want to thank you for sticking with me through this transitional weird period that I've been having lately. And I love you. I really do love you for watching the entire video. You have no idea. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by either commenting and telling me, or leave me one way or the other. Tell me something. That's all I ask. It takes 2 seconds. I'm never going to ask you to ring that goddamn bell, though. Trust me. Until next time, I love you all. Ta-ta.